That sack full of eggs there.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm here at Loggerhead Acres Turtle Farm, and we're going to be showing you guys some footage of alligator snapping turtles laying eggs, and we're going to be digging them up for incubation with John and Skylar Richards. They are insane at finding these nests, as you'll see. We spent all day yesterday just digging up eggs. There's so many nests. He's got an insane amount of turtles. And then I'll show you some footage of his facility, where he's keeping the babies, how he's incubating them, all that good stuff, and then probably some wild stories from John as well. I know you guys are gonna love this video. Just marking all these nests.
Right here, that's a good one, and also you can see the dirt that they pull up is moist.
Right.
They've wet the ground.
Does it stay moist for like long? I mean,
Yeah.
That's from last night, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something in it that doesn't evaporate.
Yeah.
Man. But generally speaking, front leg, rear leg here, nest cavity.
And tail, right?
Yeah, nest cavity down here.
Yeah.
You can kind of feel that soft spot. Pop that up. It's not always this easy, but I bet this is going to be an easy one. Of course, you try not to break any. You break a few, but...
How, you said like 20 or so?
What?
What's the average?
They're about probably 28 to 30. We've had as many as 46.
Oh wow, that'd be more average for common, right there.
Yes, it
common
would.
Get up there.
Yes, it would. But where this, you can see where there's grass blades down in mixed in the dirt, so that's where the plug is.
How do they make that plug?
Who knows? They're just amazing how they do it.
And then they're peeing on it like before or after, both?
They just empty their whole innards. I'll come back over here.
Yeah, get in there, Joe.
You see him back in there?
Oh yeah, look at that. Holy cow. Love that. You seen it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Start pulling them out. Nice hard shelled.
Is it normal for it to go out like that?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a few early on that are just not quite hard enough. Sometimes a turtle will come up and start laying and lay a couple of really soft ones that are just, and they'll stop.
Oh.
They'll stop and realize that their eggs aren't ready.
Oh wow.
Seen that several times this year already.
And they go back down.
And then they'll come back out in a couple days and the eggs will be right. And you get to the point where you're pulling them up from the, we'll get you in there digging some of these, where you're pulling them up down out of the roof.
That's just because she's just filling them up.
Well, no, because she's pushing them back in there with her legs up in the top.
Yeah.
Her back legs are like universal joints.
Here we got a test site that she dug all the way down there, but she just bailed on it. She'll be back tomorrow or maybe tonight to finish the job in a different hole.
We dug this contemplating your place in the universe. You're like, I want another nest, but do I really?
Do you need one?
It's getting pretty late in the day. Do I need another nest?
Do we really need one?
They need us to dig them up. We're responsible.
We don't really have any control over that.
I can't believe you found that one too.
A rescue mission.
It may not
Big
be
one.
done over there.
Rescue mission you went on years ago resulted in this.
Well, I hauled out of there for like 9.5 years.
Just,
Madness went on for 9.
do you have a
That's why I
truck
got
or?
all these turtles, because I operated every year like it was the last year that they were going to shut Louisiana down.
Yeah.
And my idea was, don't leave anybody behind.
That's
'Cause
right.
If I do, they're going to the butcher.
That's right.
And I was paying $2 a pound, so a 35-pound female cost me $70. Now what does a baby cost? $75.
Yeah.
But I've only raised my prices one time.
Yeah.
In 26 years, from 45 to 75.
Close to the water.
Yeah.
My babies will be fine.
I found one a couple days
Tail
ago that was
right
right
there.
down by the water, over there.
When they're so on a hill like this.
Do you want this shovel?
I like this one, I think.
I don't like that one.
I think
at
I
all.
like it.
It's bent, bent and broad.
I need a digging handle. That's what I need.
Yeah, probably about an hour.
You think there's gonna be a lot in there, or just a few?
Who knows?
And I'm just like,
I mean, the small turtle doesn't necessarily mean a small nest.
Okay.
But it. Would you say a small turtle means a small nest?
that's a good rule of thumb, but it's not always the case.
Can't always say.
Small turtles, smaller eggs.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Is that right?
Yeah, but I don't think you can stake every time on that.
Yeah.
It's like the finger traps, where you can't.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Can't come out with them.
I can get my fingers in there, but I can't do the retraction thing.
That's how they catch monkeys, I think.
Oh my gosh.
You heard that? They put something shiny in a bottle, and they go and they don't want to let go of it.
Did not know that.
All right, so let's take a look here at the greenhouse. John, when did you have this thing put in?
The greenhouse?
Yeah.
We've had it about 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah, about 8 years.
Okay. Let's start over here. So we got rainwater, right? This is coming in.
Comes in off the gutters, and then it comes into this sump here.
Okay. You got 2 leucistics in here?
Yeah, they live down there with the fish, and fish get washed in there. But if I want to fill up with rainwater, I just open this valve.
Oh yeah.
Water, it fills up and gets too high. Water goes down and goes down to the water feature that's in the deck.
Okay.
I've got a biofilter here that water comes from the pump, comes through here, this valve is shut off. This is for back flushing.
Okay.
It goes out that way. But water comes up through here. You can see the funk in there.
Yeah.
And this is just creek gravel, smaller, and then there's like golf ball sized rock down in here that's that allows the water to come up. It's pushed up through, and then it overflows back in over here.
Oh,
so
sure.
It's getting.
So that's this is the main filter then?
Yeah, but I also use the grow beds
Right.
too. I have valves that I can open up, that I can run this sump through this grow bed. Right now I'm running it through here, but all I have to do is change my valves. And
Are these all connected, all these pipes?
yeah, in a way. Now, that grow bed over there can't operate this, and that grow bed there can't operate this.
Okay.
But everything can run through here, or I can use this as a filtration system for all 4 of these tanks in this sump.
Okay.
So, you know, it's all about getting rid of nitrites and ammonias and breaking them down to where because they're toxic at certain levels for fish and small turtles. So
Yeah.
that's the whole idea there.
And then you guys are eating these plants.
Yeah.
So great.
Some leeks there.
We put some on our pizza earlier, last night.
Yeah,
so good. Yeah. So what do we got? What do we got in this big one right here? This big feature.
Oh, there's a few turtles in here, a few alligator snappers, but mostly this is just a reservoir holding tank for water. And
we got some babies in there.
Yeah.
Babies
but there's
over there.
some intermediate sized ones in here.
Yeah. Saw a big one hanging out on the other side earlier. Back in that corner.
Yeah, there's one back there.
Yeah, and we got another guy right here.
Yeah, let me grab him.
Tucked in.
I can grab him without getting soaked. Here.
Oh yeah. There we go. Hey buddy. So is that one you've raised up, or is that one that someone sent back?
I think this one was sent back.
Okay.
I can't. Yeah, it looks like this shell's more of a captive bred one than and raised than a wild one. I can tell by the way this shell is
shaped,
sculpted. Yep.
Yeah. Hey bud. That's awesome. Looks like they got some crayfish in here.
Yeah,
huh?
they got some crayfish.
And so then we got the babies over here. This whole system's awesome. So this was
Go over here and
this is your idea, but you had your carpenter build it all.
there's a little one luring down there.
So he's been at it. I saw him earlier this morning too. We got some really good B-roll of them. Then you got so you just scooping up some shiners and they're catching them. Do they mostly eat shiners or?
Yeah, I mean, they eat some. I throw pellets in here for the fish to nibble on, and then of course the turtles figure out that those pellets can work for them too. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love seeing them sunning on these this beautiful driftwood too.
I don't like seeing sunning, but
No?
captive bred alligator snappers do sometimes.
Yeah.
They shouldn't, but they do.
Is that just them getting right, just trying to acclimate and work on something?
I've tried to figure their behavior out. Some will bath, some never will.
Yeah. You can see all the tails in there, just buried up.
Okay. Yeah. Tails coming out of under the log.
Yeah. So are these ones available right now if someone wants to order one?
No, I'm not shipping for the summer. I'm digging eggs now, and we're just not into shipping them at this point. And had so many problems with FedEx the last couple months.
Yeah.
That you can get away with when it's 50, 60, 70 degrees. When it starts getting 90.
Don't want to risk that.
It's just too much stress and disappointment for everybody all around when
Yeah.
a shipment gets burned up because it's,
Yeah.
So we just take pre-orders and then
Okay.
we'll ship and start shipping this year's babies in September.
Okay.
And, you know, some of these the yearlings will be offered.
So these guys are last year's hatchlings. Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Okay.
like 9 months old now.
Okay. Yeah, they look beautiful. So then you got more down here
Yeah.
and more down here. These guys in here look kind of gold. I don't. Did you keep
No,
gold?
it's actually these are the gold ones up here.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're kind of algaed up a bit. You can't really see
Sure.
their colors very well.
But looks just like they look in the river. I love that. Yeah, I did see one big guy in here.
Yeah, there is.
Just-
And he is one that came to me about a year ago, and he's got issues with the alkalinity. You know, he's got issues with his shell.
Okay.
And,
So he's in there healing up.
It takes a long time for those animals to get turned around. But
Yeah.
the way it is.
Yeah. So you got a rack up top, rack below, down here, just one in here.
This is just for minnows.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, I just keep it for minnows.
Yeah. And then will you end up using this one again when the hatchlings come through?
It's kind of a water reservoir, or I keep minnows in here. Same with that tank over there.
Okay.
It's just not using it right now.
Yeah. Once you hatch all those
Probably the
babies.
yearlings will end up getting moved into there,
Okay.
and then this will get hatchlings again.
Okay. Man, it's so cool.
Have a few executive decisions to make.
Yeah. You ready? So how many eggs do you usually get per year from your turtles?
Oh, about 6,000 or a little more.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like right now we're digging, and today's June 6th. We're about 2,700 eggs.
Yeah.
And, so we're almost. We'll be about halfway done or a little better after today.
Okay. Awesome. Well, let's
But
go.
It's a late year. The last 2 years out of the 26 years I've been doing this have been the latest lays by not just a day or two.
Yeah. You're talking like weeks or?
No, like 5 or 6 days.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, we used to have them start laying on about the 24th of May at this latitude. And the last couple of years, it's really been more like starting on the 28th or 29th. And this year, we were in the lower 40s on the 29th and 30th of May, and they don't come up and lay in low 40s
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah.
So, they're finishing, here we are, June 6th. I think they'll be done by about the 11th or 12th.
Okay.
And typically speaking, that would have been, the time that they would finish up if they lived like at a more northern latitude, like
Yeah.
around Iowa or northern Illinois.
Yeah.
But, people talk about, the climate changing. Well, the last couple of years, it's been a little
Late.
cooler
Yeah.
rather than warmer.
Yeah. Well, let's we'll go get some shots of those eggs for you guys, and then enjoy the footage of the turtles laying. All right, so here we're gonna be looking at the incubation room. John, you said you try to keep this around 80, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, I have the monitors out there.
Okay.
That, yeah, this is 7 length, 5 tall,
Wow.
and this is
And you keep what, 15 eggs in each one, or?
14 to 15.
14 to
depending
15.
on the size of the eggs. But here we've got. This is about 2,700, I believe, eggs.
Now you said will both of
This
these
is the
racks be filled up
monitor
too?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the monitor that tells the temperature in
Okay.
here, so I can look at it from the outside. I can see what the humidity and temperature is in here.
Yeah.
My little weather station.
That's right. It's a huge operation here.
And then once we get all filled up, we'll zip this tent up, and
Yeah.
takes them about just a shade under 100 days to hatch at 80 degrees.
And you said, you know, it's like hive mind. Once one goes, they're all start popping.
They're kind of interfaced to where once one starts, it's like a chain reaction.
That's right.
They're all pipping the egg within a couple hours.
Yeah. That's so cool. So is that, will that just be for each box, or is that, are we talking all of them start popping?
No.
Okay, just per box.
There's a swath of about 2 weeks between the first and what'll end up happening is these were the first eggs in. They'll start popping off.
Oh, okay.
Like they were put in.
Sure.
And it doesn't always work that way. You get some ones that just start popping that are random that shouldn't be, but that's
just ready
the way
to go.
It is. I mean,
right.
the genetics of that clutch of eggs might be just a little different than the one next to it, to where they're maybe just a little quicker developing or a little slower developing.
Yeah.
And that's just the randomness of genetics. And
so if one goes in the box, are they cool to just hang out there until the rest?
yeah.
Or do you need to pull?
You know, in the nest in the wild, they would sit in the down. They would hatch, be in the clutch down there, and just absorbing their yolk sac over the span of a week or two, and then when that rain comes in September and the top of that nest starts getting moist and heavy and looser, not dried and baked, that nest will just collapse on itself as the little turtles claw at the top of it. Being moist after a rain, it would get heavier, and they just create a little slit in the top finally when they get to the top, and rather ceremoniously they all just roll out of there, and typically speaking, they're all hatched and waiting for that moment.
Okay.
And they're, you know, they could sit in there for a week, maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And they seem to be well equipped to be able to do that.
So sometimes, like, common snappers will overwinter in their nest. Will that ever happen with the alligator snappers?
Actually, in rare instance, here we have found nests that from the year before that digging what we think to be a fresh nest from this year, you end up finding one from last year that you missed. That is so rare. It's only happened a handful of times that you have live animals in the nest from the year before at this latitude. And since alligator snapping turtles don't really go north of where we are here in southern Missouri, they do a little bit along the Mississippi and just west of here, and but by and large they hatch out in August and September.
Okay.
And sometimes it's October here before they actually make it up through the ground and come out of the ground. But I don't think there's much in the way of overwintering in the nest with the alligator snapping turtle. They, typically speaking, like in Louisiana, southern Louisiana, they're going to start laying about the beginning of May. Here at this latitude in southern Missouri, they typically speaking begin to lay the last week in May. And which means the ones in the southern part of the range would start hatching in, you know, middle or late August.
Okay.
And of course, in the wild, in the ground, it's just a longer process.
Right. Temperatures aren't stable like in here,
and you know, maybe they're in shade.
Sure.
A lot of times they are, and they're maybe in that nest 100 to 120 days.
Yeah.
Probably closer to 120 days.
Okay. That's awesome. All right, well let's continue on here. So we'll see. Look at that. That's what a big alligator snapper does. Yeah.
Hey, dude, we had just had a 48.
Yeah, whatever it was gonna get, it was gonna get.
Yeah.
And there was just like, it could have gotten a little less, it could have gotten a little more.
Yeah.
But just total bone crushing, like a bolt cutter.
And
you know?
and it was just because it just accidentally put it in the wrong spot?
Yeah,
or?
so I was holding the turtle and talking. That's not a good combo. And yeah, the hand was dangling, and it was just close enough to where, I mean, he could have just as easily gotten the hole,
Oh.
you know. But it was just so quick and such a motion.
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
But he lunged a little bit over to the side, and you could just hear the sound, and I didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
You know, I just kind of looked down, pretend it didn't happen. Just yeah, no big deal.
Yeah.
And I see the little tip of the finger floating around in there.
Yeah. It didn't end up in his mouth. So
He said you still got it in a jar.
still got it, dude. I don't know what kind of phase I was in at that time, but my 8th grade science teacher was like totally cool with it.
Sure.
I went to her, got some formaldehyde, and it's still sitting.
That's
so,
awesome, man.
Not sure how I feel about it
Make
now.
a clone out of you sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Help with the eggs. All right, so we're closing up our second day here. I think we got about 14 nests today. 2 over 40, 138. We had another 49. Couldn't quite get 50. But yeah, John did not disappoint. Skylar, his son's out here. He's gonna probably find 6 more. This guy's insane at finding them. So let's just go show you guys the eggs, and then we'll be closing up with the video for today.
One of my favorites is
All right, there we go.
I love
About 16 bunches in there.
That's not
There's
an
big
easy
49.
dish. That's an easy dish to flush.
All right, so we'll leave you guys here with Skylar digging up probably 12 more nests right here. Dude can find them anywhere.
It's possible.
John, thanks so much, man. Thanks for having us out.
You're welcome.
It's been
I
insane.
enjoyed it. It's always, you know, welcome to people that are, you know, open to learning about this species.
Yeah, awesome.
Sometimes I have too much to say.
Never. All right, guys. So you can find those on their website. The ones that we've been digging out here, you guys can go purchase those in the fall when they start hatching out. You guys have a deal.
Yeah, there's
pre-order?
a sale. There's a pre-order sale going on at www.turtleman.com. We have Facebook page, Loggerhead Acres Turtle Farm, and Instagram is attached to our Facebook. You can access it off that. So, you know, look to see what we've got going.
Awesome.